there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no.
No.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Rivera?
Yes.
Mr. Woolley?
No.
Ms. Croft?
No.
Mr. Garza?
No.
Ms. Roberts?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
No.
Ms. Parker Craig?
No. Motion passed.
Before we represent our taxpayers.
I guess my question is now,
Not a
what are we
political
going to do about the water situation? We don't get the news like
Will fail an MDEQ audit in a stance to try and hire another city employee.
Madam Chair, we've been failing for 5 years, and if we, from what Councilman Johnson explained to us last night, I think we could easily train somebody in a very short matter of time, in 2 weeks roughly, to go out and start on this project right away. I don't feel in any way possible, in my opinion, that I put any lives at stake in the city of Taylor by my vote.
And Madam Chair, those lives have been at stake, if you want to say that, for the last 5 years.
Madam Chair, I don't want to get up. We got to stay on the agenda. I mean, we'll do the next necessary steps to move the city forward, and we'll do our best to report accordingly to MDEQ. Thank you.
I was just talking about still the possibility of rewind the contract. Maybe that could be investigated in the meantime. Perhaps there could be some numbers put together to have a city employee. Maybe we could spend a year to catch up and then consider a city employee to continue the program as well as do other things.
Madam Chair, I don't want to get off topic. I mean, the motion failed. We'll move forward in the next steps.
I'm just trying to look for a compromise here. I feel like that's sometimes my job. Item number 25. May I have a motion to approve Carr's Outdoor Services Incorporated, primary vendor, and Michigan Joint Sealing Incorporated, secondary vendor, for the concrete street joint and crack seal project in the amount of $165,444, plus a 10% contingency, for a total amount not to exceed $181,989, and to amend the budget to fund the project. This is funded through local roads, major roads, and TIFA.
Support.
A motion by Councilman Cross, supported by Councilman Garza.
Madam Chair, just to the mayor, this is to handle all the work that has been done. I know we just voted recently to do a little more. Does this include that or not?
I'm sorry, Madam Chair, I was reading it. Could you repeat the question?
Basically, this crack filler stuff, as we discussed last night, does this cover all the stuff they've done so far? And I know we just passed, I think, either last meeting or even, does it cover that as well, or is that in addition?
This is the joint filler or the overbanding? So this will cover the areas that have had panel replacement performed.
To this date?
Correct. So what we're trying to do is essentially protect the asset, prolong the life of it.
Madam Chair, so we'll expect something back for what's going to happen along Rockwell Road soon to come.
I think
No,
you're
no.
asking if this is going to cover future panels that are being replaced.
Right, I know they're currently doing stuff right now.
So I'll have Keith answer that, but I believe that to your question last night, I'm not sure that it was totally answered after we talked about it a little bit today. When they cut out the panels, that portion at that point in time or somewhere thereof has the filler put in. The rest of the road does not. So this will address the rest of the road. So for example, Michael Street, if they did panel replacement, they'll do the filler in the area that the panel replacement was done at that time. But Michael Street as a whole does not get addressed until this program comes in.
Right, you're talking, okay, the block replacement.
Correct.
Around that block.
Correct.
Okay.
So, I think last night we got into this discussion, I think we got into, maybe it was confusion on our part, I'm not sure, but when you were asking about this being included, it does not include the entire street, no.
Right, I just thought any block, that's what I talked about last night, is I thought when we replaced the block area, that included the joint filler.
Yes.
Correct. That block does, yes.
Okay.
Nothing else on the street does.
Gotcha, okay, that's
So
correct.
what we're going into this program, what it will do is it will put the overbanding in the remaining portion of the street.
Gotcha, because you're right, I thought you were talking about surrounding the block.
Yeah, we had a discussion today, and Keith talked to the engineer, and we were gonna bring it up earlier, and then we didn't make it down in time, but to provide clarity, that part does take place, but the rest of the street does not. So all the streets that we've touched so far of concrete, they will be overbanded through this program.
I retract my sarcastic statement.
No, that's not allowed. You can't undo that.
But Mr. Mayor, look at the colors he's wearing tonight.
Well, that's okay.
Is there any further discussion?
And sure, another, this was gone through the same process, it was put on mitten. Just want to point this out because obviously this is a highly competitive business. There's likely many people that are in this industry. 2 people bid the exact same amount, 68 cents per linear foot. The third or the second highest, which would be the third highest in this case, because they're 2 tied, was at 70 cents a linear foot. So in some cases, you get a lot of active people that bid and participate, in others you don't. So going back to the other bid, they both went through the same process. This just has more people that are in it. It's not as specialized.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Item 26, may I have a motion to approve contract renewal with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, Medicare Plus Group, PPO, for the period of January 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2017.
Motion to approve. Support.
Motion by Councilman McGarty, supported by Councilman Wu. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Item 27, may I have a motion to approve the insurance premium for pollution liability coverage for above-ground and underground fuel tanks with Crum Foster Specialty Insurance Company in the amount not to exceed $9,674.28 to be paid to Nickel Saph, City Agent of Record from General Fund Risk Management Contractual Services. Term of policy is from September 16, 2016 through September 16, 2017.
Support.
Motion by Councilman Carr, supported by Councilman Mazur. Any discussion?
Madam Chair, to the administration, have we figured out what we're going to do with these tanks yet, or we got a plan in place?
Madam Chair, as I indicated last night, we've had several initial meetings. I suspect we are leaning towards phasing these out, remediating the tanks and going to fleet cards. It just, every community has gotten away from these tanks. They're difficult to maintain, they're difficult to insure, obviously, as you see in this motion. So we have until the end of next year. We'll begin the phase-out program now, and we will still have to maintain above-ground diesel fuel tanks, and will likely be, that will be the end of the underground system. There is some management that we have to look at. Obviously, we have to choose partners that are nearby, partners that there's multiple locations. We don't want to be handcuffed to one fueling center that people have to drive to. So that's part of the process we're going through right now.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion